Got the books in the.
Oh, don't.
Great time to talk, isn't it? Great time to talk. He just said he was going to hit recording.
The boys are back, and thank God, after a year of deep sea dreaming and only a couple months since Spirit Level, we've now got Touching Down by Ocean Floors. And honestly, it's just a great representation of how we're all feeling right now. That sense of hibernation in lockdown to that need and urge of wanting to have our feet back down in reality. You've absolutely captured just a great vibe and tone of how so many of us are feeling. So well done on that. It's a song that I'm listening to so much. Where did it all come from? Was it an inspiration within lockdown, or was it an idea that just came naturally and eventually, because of the surprise nature of the world that we've been in the last year, it's kind of felt suited to it?
I think there's like two things. There's obviously the music, and then the lyrics. But I think Hamish would probably best suited to talk about the lyrics, but the music itself was really like an idea that I came up with on the iPad at home. Didn't really think much of it. Sent it to the boys, and then Hamish was like, "There's something in here," and then ended up sending back a load of melodies and lyrics, and then the song just sort of formed itself from there, really, and sort of fell into place, didn't it?
Yeah, it was. I remember when you sent it over, it was he had all these kind of. It was a really sort of inhuman sound because it was obviously all been made purely on the iPad, and it was just a lot of loops and synth sounds, fake drums, and some of those synth sounds like remained on the track. But yeah, I just found it was interesting because we don't normally write like that. It normally comes out of the rehearsal room. So yeah, it was quite inspiring, the sound, and what the lyrics just came out. It was like done in half an hour. Didn't intend for it to be about lockdown either. But we've kind of looked back and realised, it's kind of quite fitting. The lyrics make sense in terms of what we've been going through, all of us in lockdown. So yeah,
fair enough. It captures so many great sounds to it. What was it like for you guys hearing this idea from Callum from the iPad? Like for all of you, what was it like hearing that potential place of inspiration where it came from, which is, like you say, something a bit different than what you guys have normally done?
There is an increasing sense of threat that I feel when Callum sends drum loops. No, I'm kidding. I think it's, as Hamish said, we're just so used to kind of writing in a room together. But I think something that's kind of become clear with Touching Down, and even songs that we've written since then, is that there's not really any like ego or pride when it comes to us. That like looped approach and really simple groove kind of really informed what we did end up doing in the studio.
I think what Alex said as well there about like not letting your ego get in the way is also, it wasn't like a Liam and Noel thing where it's like, I'm singing on the song. No, I want to sing on the song. It's very much like I came up with like music, Hamish came up with the melody and the lyrics and that bit, and then we all sort of came together as a unit and formulated what you hear right now. And we were like, fuck, you know what? Like Hamish actually sounds like he suits the song much better.
How did it feel, Hamish? Obviously you've sung before on other things, but what was it like all of a sudden having to do it for the Ocean Floors?
it was a bit weird. Callum obviously gets a lot of stick, like as the front man, because you're front and center, and turns out it is a lot harder than it looks.
Sean, it'll be you next, mate.
yeah. But it's also really fun. So
one thing that really stood out to me is, it's described as like some influences of Fleetwood Mac and Bruce Springsteen. And it's interesting with that guitar solo. I feel like Lindsey Buckingham is plucking the strings and then Bruce is up on the fretboard playing the chords. That's what that solo sounds like. Yeah, like what was like capturing that? What was it like in the studio?
I've been listening to a lot of like my influences throughout the years, and to be honest, like the solo came quite heavily influenced from War on Drugs. I think I've been listening to quite a lot of them over the past year, and especially the last album. And I think as the song was progressing and as we kept writing and moving forward with this, we kind of didn't know where to go with it, like towards the end of the song. We sort of had like the final chorus, and then we struggled to know exactly where to go from there. And I think I just got bored in practice one time and then just started sort of like just riffing. and some of the motives that you hear in the solo actually do feature in the final one. There was a lot of stuff that was cut out, purely down to our producer saying, no, it's wank. Just chuck it out. Just stick to like a simple motive and then continue from there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Few moments later.
It's basically a rip off of a Sam Fender solo.
Right. So you didn't tell me that. You haven't said that to us until now. So that
would have been good to know. That
would have been good to know.
That's recorded.
Hang on, Sean. Hang on. Is that? I'm just like, what song?
It's
like,
basically
you're
a rip off of the Borders.
Oh, the board. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. But essentially, Sam Fender, and I do think he's amazing, but that's still a rip off of Bruce.
Yeah, I mean everything. To be honest, Sam Fender has a lot of the same influences I do with Bruce Springsteen, and yeah, we listen to a lot of the same music, so it's probably only natural that we both get a similar sound. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's basically just a rip off of the Borders by Sam.
He'll probably be nicking your guitar solo on one of the upcoming songs, mate. Don't worry about it.
Probably going to be. There's going to be an endless loop where I'm ripping him off, he's ripping me off, and it's just the same solo constantly.
Isn't everything just a rip off anyway? You know, like cigarettes and alcohol, T-Rex and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's so true.
That would be our official line to the press. Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I do say how, and this is so important to say, that you capture the moment, the release of the song so well, but within such a short time frame. What was it like knowing that you were going to putting out a song which you could, before putting out there, you're a bit worried that could this be a bit short for people? Is it going to give enough? What was it like making that decision? No, we're going to keep it to this length. It's going to be effective.
It's certainly better than too long, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's one thing we've definitely gotten better at. It's almost a similar concept to what Sean said about the solo, of like the less is more. We have it now and we write like, should we tack this on the end? Should we add this on the beginning? And sometimes it's just like, just get to the point. And yeah, I don't know, that it's easy to waste time and be kind of self-indulgent. And I just don't think we're particularly about that. Some songs, don't get me wrong, like are more suited for that. But yeah, I think this was just clearly a song where we needed to kind of get to the point and not really worry about the length. Do you know what I mean? Like you never set out to be like, this song has to be it has to be this length or longer, or it has to be this length or shorter. You kind of just write the song, and then normally it's like, okay, cool. Like hopefully we've paced it right. As long as it's paced right, the length is irrelevant, I think.
But the Vaccine's got away with a 10-song debut album with about each of them about 2.5 minutes, didn't they? So
I also think replayability is a big thing. Like I always go on about it, but I always have those songs that I love that I can't stop listening to, and I want to like listen to over and over again. And like I'd love for us to like create songs where that has an effect on other people to do that as well. So
yeah, I suppose that sort of song could go on forever. We could have extended Sean's Sam Fender solo for another 10 minutes, but
don't call it the Sam Fender solo. Call it the Sean Heaney solo.
But yeah, you've just got to know when to knock it on the head.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, live will obviously milk it, right, Sean?
You'll tease it with us. You're gonna give it, and then boom.
Yeah, I've got a few more Sam Fender riffs in my head, so I'll be able to get that right, I think.
This is the thing.
I really
all of the
hope
things
that sax. I hope Sean just busts out sax at some point.
I might just go straight into hypersonic missiles and just play that the entire way.
Do I dare to ask? Is there anything potentially lined up as of yet for something where we could watch?
We're trying, aren't we?
There may be something you can watch soon. Might be from your own living room. Hopefully we can get something in if Boris is a man of his word, of course. So I guess we'll just have to watch this space.
Yeah, Touching Down is just absolutely awesome. And in celebration of the amazing release that is Touching Down, I created a little game.
Should we be scared?
Maybe. It's gonna test you with the song, not the song, in reference to anything that could be touching down.
You love this, don't you? Spirit level, that prop. It got me.
Reminds me, Sean. Yeah. Sorry I don't.
That's
Sean,
right.
You didn't put the actual physical Spirit level on our merch page. It's a bit
no, that
disrespectful
sold out
Tom.
Immediately. That sold out.
Sorry, is that what it was? Sorry, my bad.
Within the first 5 minutes,
I did have a phone call from admin Sam. We're just overrun by orders at the moment. We've got Sean on the other line going, we need more Spirit levels.
When you say it's sold out, it makes
can
it sound
only
like
work
there was
as well.
loads. There was one.
It
It
was.
sold. The object sold. It's sold out. It makes it sound like yeah.
Speaking of merchandise, actually, Callum, I'm just trying to look at your T-shirt there.
Yeah, I didn't quite hear you there, Sean. What did you just say?
Sorry, yeah, that T-shirt, that looks awfully familiar. Like
it could also be available on our website.
I'm just so glad I got to receive it on this iPhone, and more importantly, with this neat little Ocean Floors phone case, which is also available on our website.
Here we go. To touchdown or not to touchdown. Round of applause.
sounds a bit. Yeah.
Thank you. You have to either put thumbs up, thumbs down if you think it's either one answer or the other. If you get it wrong, cheers. The first NFL game to be televised in 1939 was televised to either 12,000 TV sets or 5,000.
Can you give us the year again, please, Tom?
I'm going down.
1939 NFL. Should get
39, yeah.
My nan would have been 4.
Sean's
Hitler
the actual
would've-
only like NFL fan here. Don't bring in Hitler.
I
Let's
don't know.
focus on the.
I don't know that stat. I don't know.
But is he a TV expert? No. Next.
The answer
So-
is 5,000. So Sean,
The Sean drink.
cheers.
So I just want to state that my drink of choice is a My Protein white chocolate
Oh
powder
dear.
whey protein.
Surprised it's
We're
not
not
an
even
Ocean
getting
Floors
paid
drink.
for you to say it.
Only for this week only, you can get 20% off your first order of My Protein using
Edit it
discount
out.
code
Edit it out.
OceanFloors.
Edit it out. Edit it out, Tom.
Here we go. This one's a bit more closer to home. How many times is touching down referenced in the song?
Oh, we could. We're not checking our phones,
Five.
obviously.
Down for 4.
So, that's A, isn't it? Thumbs up is A.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going. I'm A for 5. I'm going, or up
Yeah.
for 5. Up for 5.
It is 4 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a
Because it
minimal
would be,
amount
wouldn't
of
it? Why
BLF
would
in
there
this
be
glass.
an extra? Why would
No,
there be?
but I thought it comes up once in a verse and then maybe like twice in
Yeah.
I thought there was a sneaky one that I'd remembered and no one else had.
So
The average
drink.
number of flights recorded in one day around the world is either 152,335 or 102,465.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean
Sean
wants to
the
drink his
environment.
protein so bad.
It is 102,465.
Lucky boys.
I've actually got no beer left because I drank the majority.
You
of it.
weren't thinking, were you?
But it's really good. It's Brewdog.
Well,
Punk
right,
IPA.
sorry, what is going on here?
Much later.
ASMR or what?
Got a bit
We
weird,
did
didn't
that
it?
in a
Oh yeah, it got weird.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we did
Yeah.
actually.
I'd actually be up for hearing you do it, Tom. To be fair.
The following Thursday.
Is a tornado
Sorry, I'm just gonna go on the
officially
milking.
called one when it touches down? Yes or no? Up for yes, down for no.
That is a good question, actually.
No, I think it has to touch down.
Got so in depth, forgot what the
Jesus.
question and the answer was.
Yeah.
So that was worth it, wasn't it?
It is not a tornado before it touches
Yeah.
down. Okay, here's the next question. How far can the average frog jump? 85 inches or 130 inches?
Callum hates frogs, so
Really?
What, hold on. You're saying that a frog could actually jump 85 inches? Is this just to sort of state this is a world record somewhere?
world
Mate,
record.
they don't
Yeah,
line
they
them up.
they
They
held
don't
a
put themselves
fucking-
forward to do this for Guinness or whatever it is. Is it Guinness who do
They
it?
held a
Well,
frog
no,
championship, yeah.
The answer is 130 inches.
Wow, that's actually impressive.
It's impressive, isn't it? All right, last question, coming back closer to home. Now, when the magical cassette tape is coming from down above you and touching you guys, there we go, a link to the song, in the spirit level music video, what order are you guys in from left to right?
Are we not doing the thumbs
Are
up?
you gonna
thumbs
give us
down for this
options?
one?
If you get it right, then you don't.
Callum, Alex, Sean,
I
Hamish.
could get it right easily. I'm on the end. I'm on the far right, and then I think it's
Callum, Alex, Sean,
It's
Hamish.
Callum,
I think
Alex,
it's kind of like
Sean.
Sean
Yeah.
Hamish.
I
I don't know
yeah,
why I went to put my thumb up. That is, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
yeah.
Hash.
I'm just going to double check in the music video.
Tom doesn't even know the answer.
I forgot.
Much later, that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Okay, so the order is, it goes from left to right, Callum, Alex, Sean, Hamish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with that.
I think we put a picture up on our Insta of like that shot.
I think you
like, a
did,
while
yeah.
ago.
It does look really cool. So, Touching Down, Ocean Floors, yet another amazing single by the guys. Obviously, we'll have to wait until next Wednesday for the Bring Me the Music official reaction to it. Only time will tell. Maybe I already know. Who knows? Congratulations once again, guys. It is honestly absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Magical.
I think Alex's looks like it's going to be more interesting than Callum's.
And that's
Right.
There
Yeah. I think.
No, I liked Alex. Alex's was good. How do I describe touching down in emotion?
What is going on in your brain?
What
Calming,
exact
and
feelings were they?
that was startling.
Crazy. So yeah, once again, Touching Down, Ocean Floors on a high, selling out spirit levels, releasing a new single, which is absolutely fantastic for anyone that enjoys such a great vibe of meeting of like Bruce to Fleetwood Mac to Tom Petty, as you guys pointed out as well, which I didn't really pick up on at first, is top notch. And honestly, people get it streaming, request it wherever you listen to your music. It is absolutely mint. It's brilliant.
Yes, Tom.
Cheers, Tom.
Legend.
All right.
Thank you very much.
That's right.